Now we're going to have a quick look at what I call applied rounding. This is the type of question that sometimes comes along and can catch us out a little bit. And a typical scenario might be, on the teacher's shelf there's a jar and it's got 80 paper clips in it. But the teacher's written underneath, rounded to the nearest 10. So the question that comes our way might be, well, what's the most paper clips that could be in that jar, and what's the least? And we just have to apply our understanding and our thinking about rounding. So let's think about, it's always we've got these two choices. What's the most there could be in it, and what's the least number? Well, if we count on from 80, let's think, we could always ask ourselves the question, 81, does that meet the criterion? Yes, it does. Why? Because 81 would round down to 80, wouldn't it? 82, yes, same principle. And once we get familiar, we're bringing into knowledge our understanding of rounding. 83, there could be 83, there could be 84, could there be 85? And the answer is no, there couldn't. Why not? Because if we had 85, that would round up, of course, to 90, and therefore it wouldn't meet the number on our label on the jar. So that's the most. The most that could be in there is 84. What about the least? Well, again, we could count backwards, couldn't we? 79? Yes, that rounds up. We're already thinking about it. We must know if it's a 5, it rounds up. So therefore, we're pretty confident in saying the least number, the smallest number of pins can be 75. Why? Because that would, of course, round up to 80. So in answer to our question, which would be what's the least, we know the answer is 75. What's the most? The answer could be 84. Okay, let's make it slightly more tricky. But can you see what we're doing? We're thinking about the least and the most. Let's just say this time the teacher wrote, I've got, I don't know, let's do 600, and this time it's rounded to the nearest 100. So again, we've got to think about most, and we've got to think about least. So again, we're thinking, what number what's the highest number I could get to that would round back to 60? And we're going to think about this. If we got to 649, we know that would round down. As soon as we get to 650, that would round up. So immediately we're happy that we've got our answer. Applying the same logic, this time looking at what's the least number that we could get here. This time we know we've got to look at 550 because that would round up. 549, of course, would round down. And that's really the principle behind applied rounding, just using our understanding of rounding to get the potential, which is the most, and the potential of which is the least. And that'll do us for now.